The Santa Barbara Airport has always prided itself on providing a low-stress and aesthetically pleasing environment. So naturally, when it came time to adjust to new protocols for traveling during this COVID pandemic, SBA was sure to focus on making the passengers' traveling experience safe and pleasant.
Santa Barbara, before the pandemic, we worked really hard to create a very relaxed and stress-free environment for travelers, as much as you possibly can for an airport. That was really our goal, and that's part of the reason why we really have tried to reach out to the community and say this is a better airport experience when you want to travel. So really, we just take that ambition and apply it to the situation we have today. And we still have the objective of trying to create as much of a stress-free environment as we possibly can. So that's some of the things, some of the physical changes you'll see in the airport, but generally you'll just recognize that it still is that pretty predictable, pretty easy, pretty stress-free travel experience.
From the moment you drive up to the airport, there are signs to prepare people for what will be expected of them from the moment they get out of the car.
Coming into the airport, it was very self-explanatory. Walking into the front door, everybody didn't crowd around. Everybody was kind and distanced.
The calm, clean, and stress-free environment that the airport employees have worked hard to provide clearly affects their passengers in a positive way. Not only do they feel comfortable, but they also feel very safe.
It's really reassuring and refreshing to see everybody, staff, and just passengers adhering to the mask policy and also the sanitation policy. So I feel completely safe.
The smaller size of the Santa Barbara Airport adds a certain charm to the traveling experience, which is also perfect for traveling during times like these.
I chose Santa Barbara because of the lower volume of humans, essentially. It is a 180 to LAX or any other large municipal airport because there is a lot of anxiety regarding parking and just constantly being around germs and people. So flying out of Santa Barbara is an absolute pleasure and delight.
Before the pandemic, it was already hard enough to remember all the things you need to travel, such as form of ID and electronics. The Santa Barbara Airport has taken the initiative to put signs and sanitation stations throughout the entire terminal to aid the passengers' experience and give them helpful reminders.
We have decals and signs around the airport before you even enter the building telling you what's the best route of travel to get to that airline. Also to put your mask on. As you get to the terminal, you're going to see some decals that are on the ground so you can maintain that safe, compliant distance. Additionally, we're going to have those glass shields that are going to protect not only our tenants and the airline employees as well as the rental car agencies from possible germs, but it's also protecting our passengers. Custodio has been great. They're part of the maintenance division. They're out here wiping down the surfaces 24/7, all hard touch surfaces using a disinfectant. And at nighttime, we have electrostatic sprayers. They're using a hydrogen peroxide solution. They're spraying every touch surface in the entire airport, getting it ready for the next day.
These protocols have been in place since the beginning of quarantine, and the Santa Barbara Airport has been working diligently to adapt based on the needs of their passengers.
We're in a settled down state of the transition, I would say. We're kind of at a plateau in our adjustment and in our transition, and that is just because we've been adjusting and making changes since March.
Aside from new COVID-related safety precautions, not much about traveling by air has changed.
Going through the TSA line, everybody remained 6 feet apart. I scanned my own boarding pass, but the TSA agent did take my driver's license and asked for me to pull down my mask. And so I obliged, but it was only for a short second. So when I pulled my mask down really quickly for identification behind the plexiglass, I felt completely safe. And I don't know about the agent, but I feel like the agent felt safe too. And immediately I just put my mask back on. And there was a sanitizing station so that I could sanitize my hands after I received my ID back.
After successfully going through security, passengers can safely walk to their gate, stop by the gift shop, go to the restaurant or coffee shop while maintaining social distance. When it is time to board your flight, people are called by their groups to board separately, and there are once more marks on the floor to remind and enforce social distancing during the boarding process. The safety and sanitary protocols don't stop there. There are also many precautions being taken on the planes before and after each flight.
On the flight itself, our agents are doing deep cleans with antiviral solutions. We spray each plane prior to and after, so before and after we clean the planes. I've never been on a cleaner plane. Everybody in the air is wearing masks. The biggest reason I think that people are not being exposed to the virus on planes is because of the HEPA filters that are running. The HEPA filters will capture 99% of all the viral material that's in the air.
These HEPA filters have a full-time job and largely contribute to the safe travel experience for passengers. Something to certainly think about to ease your mind the next time you fly. Although the Santa Barbara Airport does seem to think of everything for their passengers, travelers also have a personal responsibility themselves to be smart, cautious, and courteous when traveling.
We do run the HEPA filters even when the plane's just sitting here on the ground now. As we board onto the planes, we spread the people out so that they avoid as much contact as possible. When I traveled, I was with my wife. We actually each had our own aisle to sit in. It was very spread out, and everybody needs to use their own sense of caution and be careful about what your activities are, what your behaviors are. But for me, it was a very positive experience traveling, and I was glad to do it, and I'll look forward to doing it again.
With the holidays coming, the Santa Barbara Airport will play an important role in reuniting families, and they are prepared. They are here to help you and your loved ones travel safely, as they always have been.
People have some very, very good reasons to want to travel. Sometimes we need to travel, and so particularly going into the holidays, there are a lot of people that really feel like it's time to spend time with their families and they need to travel to be able to do that. So we just want to let people know that we do have good air service. We have the number of flights are increasing and destinations are increasing as we continue to recover. So there's going to be lots of good options for holiday travel.
Not only does the Santa Barbara Airport care about the safety and stress levels of their travelers, but they also care deeply about the Santa Barbara community in which they themselves are a vital part of.
Thank you for wanting to be safe, to wearing your mask, and everyone creating a better habit of hygiene around washing their hands. The sanitization stations in there, are being utilized. Every time I'm here, I'm seeing people utilize them. And people are being very kind to each other too. They're taking the time to board the airplane. They're taking the time to wait for somebody to come out of the bathroom. And that's really awesome to see, because we as a team care so much about the community and wanting them to be safe, and then we see that they're caring about each other as well. And so my message, I guess, is really just of thanks and gratitude for continuing to fly through Santa Barbara, and that we're here, we're doing our best to create that safe, calm space for you, and we're seeing that in action. We really are.